Are you looking for the best designer fall fragrances to rock in 2025? Whoa, say less, bro, because I got you covered. What's good, guys? Hunter and welcome back to Fragrance Hunter. Hope you're all doing good. Today is the top 10 fall designer fragrances of 2025 in my collection, guys, and all of these are absolute heavy hitters to rock in the fall/autumn season. We're gonna have some pretty popular designer fragrances, some very hidden gem designer fragrances as well, and I'm just telling you guys right now, this is the best top 10 fall designer list out there. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this list was pretty hard to put together because of course, fall season is my favorite season of the year, guys. I have so many fragrances perfect for the fall time, but of course, I came up with these top 10 and I think these 10 are the absolute best. And when it comes to fall season, we're looking for woody fragrances, spicy fragrances, a little bit earthy fragrances, maybe some spooky fragrances, of course, for like October, Halloween, warm, resinous, sexy fragrances as well, obviously. And this list covers every single one of those, guys. Now, before we go ahead and get into my top 10 designer fall list, drop your list down below. I want to see what designer fragrances you guys are pulling out for the fall time, and let's get right into it. So this one right here is an absolute classic that everybody needs for the fall, and it is Tom Ford's Oud Wood. Guys, you cannot go wrong with the iconic Oud Wood for the fall season. To me, this has always smelled like fall in a bottle, guys. I love Oud Wood, and possibly my favorite from the private blend line as well. And this is the fragrance right here that pretty much got me into oud fragrances around 8 or so years ago, guys, and now it's become one of my favorite notes of all time. And I always said Oud Wood is one of the best kind of entry-level ouds to get into. Not entry-level as far as the price tag, because this is pretty expensive, but it is more of like that crowd-pleasing oud type of style. A little bit spicy from like Sichuan pepper, cardamom, you have that oud, a little bit of vanilla in the background, but just an absolute must-have designer for the fall season, and that's why the iconic Oud Wood is on this list. Now, it wouldn't be a top 10 designer list without a Louis Vuitton, which is my favorite designer house, and we're going with Louis Vuitton's Ombre Nomad, which I had a tough decision between this or Nuit de Faux, because Nuit de Faux is this kind of vampire juice, very spooky, dark, but Ombre Nomad also works flawlessly for the fall season and will be a little bit more crowd pleasing. Because with this absolute beast, you of course have that oud. It's a little bit funky of an oud, guys. It's not gonna be your entry level type of oud at all, but you also have the smoky incense and a ton of this fruity raspberry combination, and I love the way this smells. And this might be the most expensive designer fragrance on this list, but hey, if you got money, you want the best of the best when it comes to designers for the fall season, you're gonna have to go with Ombre Nomad because it's gonna be hard to top this beauty right here, guys. Next up, we got a Gucci that I recently fell in love with, and it is Gucci Intense Oud, which I believe was discontinued, but Gucci just brought this baby back, guys, and I gotta say, wow, this is a masterpiece of a designer fragrance. You would know that if you caught my review that I did not too long ago, because in this one you get smoky incense, very resinous type of incense, actually a little bit cold. It's probably more of that fragrance sense I'm getting in the opening, but you also do have spicy saffron, that fruity raspberry right away. That does dry down to this very romantic rose, very kind of a jammy rose, plus leather and oud in the base of Intense Oud, guys. And I'm saying right now, I'm gonna be wearing this one a ton during the fall season. This stuff is an absolute stunning DNA from Gucci, and so glad they brought this baby back because it's excellent. The next designer up is coming from Hugo Boss, which is Boss Bottled Absolute. Now, honestly, I had a tough time deciding on which I wanted Elixir or Absolute in this list, but I ended up going with Absolute because I think it's much more crowd pleasing, much smoother of a fragrance, and I kind of just prefer it, to be honest, less spicy, because right away you get this very warm, resinous incense, guys, a little bit smoky, mixed together with this very rugged, dark leather right away that dries down to this beautiful patchouli and resinous myrrh combination, guys. And this smells like something that should be coming from like Amouage from a designer fragrance. It smells very niche-like. Wow, smelling it out of the cap, guys, I forgot how good Absolute was, and actually much better than Elixir in my opinion. Yeah, if you love a resinous myrrh, incense type of fragrances, guys, this might be one of the best designer fragrances for that. But really, you can go wrong with both Absolute or Elixir for the fall time, but if you had to choose, definitely go with Absolute, guys. This is incredible. This next designer up has got to be one of the most unique fragrances on this top 10 list, and I literally just got this in, and when I smelled it, I was like, yeah, that has to make the fall list, and it is Maison Margiela Celestial Whispers, guys. Wow, this one blew me away for being such a different, unique type of fragrance. It smells like your dreams being thrown into the stars. It's so different. Kind of has a spooky vibe, a little bit witchy vibe to it, and it's basically fantasy in a bottle. And I love what Maison Margiela is doing with this fantasy collection, guys. In here though, you get this warm, smoky incense, like a puff of incense smoke coming up to your nostrils, mixed together with this metallic aldehydes combination, which is so different, guys. It kind of gives off this cold feel to it that dries down to this powdery, elegant iris that's slightly powdery, guys. Just adds a luxurious twist with this resinous warm myrrh and a base of this bourbon, vanilla, and a little bit of a musk. And it smells like what a witch or a wizard would be rocking as like their signature scent, guys. So unique. Probably a great fragrance to wear during like October, like spooky season, etc., because it gives off that kind of tone. But might became one of my favorite fragrances from Maison Margiela, even surpassing possibly By the Fireplace, which has always been my beloved fragrance from them for so many years. This is excellent. It's also brand new and highly worth checking out for the fall season. So we can't have a fall list without a solid nutty fragrance, right? So we got Mugler's Amen Stellar, which is the newest Mugler fragrance, part of the Amen line. And this has this beautiful nutty pistachio, a little bit creamy as well, kind of lactonic, with this aromatic lavender, a little bit of mint, but it does dry down to this kind of roasted coffee bean vibe, which of course, coffee, nutty type of fragrances work perfectly for the fall season. Like going to coffee shops, you have the leaves on the ground, kind of cozied up. That's exactly what Amen Stellar is, guys. And I gotta say, this is one of the better releases of 2025 when it comes to designers, and it kind of went under the radar for some reason. So yeah, if you want a good aromatic, nutty pistachio, and coffee type of fragrance, you have to check out Amen Stellar for the fall season, because this is gonna get it done. This next fragrance up was not a love at first sniff. However, though, it kind of grew on me and just so happens to be perfect for the fall time, and it is Emporio Armani Strong With You Parfum, the newest one, part of the Strong With You line, which has so many flankers, guys, like a countless amount of flankers. However, though, the parfum is going to open up with this beautiful spicy pink pepper, a little bit of this kind of fruity, juicy mandarin combination that starts to dry down to this aromatic lavender sage combination with a little bit of this spicy, cozy cinnamon. But the base has got to be the best part, because you get this spicy, creamy vanilla mixed together with this kind of roasted, kind of chestnut vibe in the dry down, kind of reminiscent of something like By the Fireplace when it comes to the chestnuts, even though this is a completely different type of fragrance. It's a beautiful fragrance from Emporio Armani, guys, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the opening with the pink pepper and mandarin. But once you get to the base with the cinnamon, the chestnuts, and vanilla, this makes for an absolute great fragrance, especially for the fall time. Next up, we need a good leather fragrance in this list, and there's so many solid leathers out there, guys, but I went with Viktor & Rolf Spice Bomb and Dark Leather, which has got to be probably my favorite one for the fall time because of that beautiful leather vibe in here. It almost has this dark kind of black new car smell of leather in the dry down. Still opens up very spicy from like black pepper, nutmeg, cinnamon, a little bit of this fragrance sense as well. But the dry down is the star of the show with black leather and this kind of cherry pipe tobacco that Spice Bomb is known for. I know a lot of people would probably put like Spice Bomb Extreme, which I'm not the biggest fan of Extreme, guys. The cumin in that fragrance kind of ruins it for me. Much bigger fan of the original, but the original is kind of overplayed, so we're going with Dark Leather for the autumn fall season. And I kind of wanted to stick to like one fragrance from each brand. Of course, you could have went with like Tom Ford's Ombre Leather, obviously, but we already went with Oud Woods, so yeah, we're going with Dark Leather for fall time. Next up is basically the king of designer releases of 2025, and of course, that is Chanel's Bleu de Chanel Les Exclusives, which has got to be the darkest, most daring take on the Bleu de Chanel over the Parfum, over the EDP, of course, over the original, guys. This one is the best fall time Bleu de Chanel out there. You still kind of get that fruity grapefruit that's known in the Bleu de Chanel DNA, but this one dries down to a very warm, resinous golden amber with this leathery lavender combination, and just excellent for a good fall day, guys. I just love the Les Exclusives, guys, and prefer it over all of the other Bleu de Chanels, to be honest. Even though it is expensive, this is basically a $300 Bleu de Chanel, which is crazy to even say, but it's pretty much a Bleu de Chanel that actually should be part of the Les Exclusives from Chanel, which, if you know that line, they're well over $300, $400. So it just comes down to if you want the best Bleu de Chanel and the best Bleu de Chanel for the fall time, and you'll be the best smelling dude out there, you have to check out Less Exclusive. Plus, this one's a beast. Next up, we have another new pricey designer fragrance on this list, and it is Yves Saint Laurent's Mousse, part of their exclusive line, guys. And read that label right there, inspiring ink. So with this, you're literally gonna smell like black ink, which of course suits the fall season perfectly. Opens up aromatic from sage, lavender with this smoky incense burst. Starts to dry it down to this earthy kind of powdery orris, spicy vanilla with a dry down of black ink, guys. So if you want to smell basically like a vampire for the fall season, you're gonna want to check out Mousse. It's so edgy, a little bit gothic as well, and I love this stuff. If you're the kind of guy that basically wears like all black all year round, this is gonna be like your signature scent, especially if you got the money to spend, for sure. And I love when designer fragrances make unique, daring creations like Mousse, guys. I'm all for it. So that's gonna do for my designer fall list of 2025, which I know all these are excellent choices for the fall time, guys. And if you haven't already, drop your fall designer fragrances down below that you're looking for or already rocking for the fall season. I'm very curious what you guys are rocking with. And of course, besides that though, leave a like on the video, subscribe below if you haven't already, because what are you doing? I got you guys with the best daily fragrance content. And of course, I'll see all of you back here tomorrow. Take care, everybody.